Ever you get your podcasts. Come on inside Paycom Center, Sixers fans. First streak in 5 seasons, tied for the longest right now in the NBA. Joel Embiid and the Sixers, meanwhile, have lost 4 of their last 6, looking to refine that footing that had them on that 8-game win streak earlier this season. Let's take a look at our key of what to watch keys to tonight's contest.
Well, you got to clog the lane. This is a team with guys like Gilgeous-Alexander, Giddey, Holmgren that are going to try to attack you off the bounce. So you've got to clog the lane so it doesn't break down your defense initially, and then you've got to limit turnovers on the road in other people's building. Value the basketball, get something out of every trip.
Yeah, that was a big reason Sixers weren't able to emerge victorious Wednesday in Minnesota. Timberwolves outscoring them 19-4 on fast break points as Joel wins the tip, which is a category that the Sixers have excelled at this season. First right now in the NBA. In fast break points, to Batum it goes. Joel posting up the rookie right off the bat.
Official Kennedy took a elbow to the chest on that tap.
And Joel, the finger roll to start us off. We'll make sure Bill's okay. Bill Kennedy, Mitchell Irvin, Dedrick Taylor, our officiating crew here tonight.
Looking for that deep post up. Nobody can push Joel off the block.
There's Wallace, the rookie, along with this guy, Chet Holmgren, in his 2nd season in the NBA, but did not play last year because of that Liz Frank fracture. Shot clock at 5 on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren will launch from outside. That one too strong. The rebound to Melton.
Chet in that offseason has put on about 15 to 17 pounds. Still a work in progress in the weight room, but a good start.
Up to 200 pounds now.
Think about that.
Yeah. 7 foot, 1 inch, 208 now is Chet. Tobias, catch and shoot 3. Pops back out. Giddey the rebound.
Good look. Just unable to knock that down. Nobody in there to rebound. Giddey able to come up with it.
Holmgren is straight on triple. And that one is good for Chet Holmgren.
But like Joel in our offensive system, Chet in that transition offense of theirs runs right to the trail position. You saw them there at the top of the key, able to shoot that quickly.
Anthony Melton squares his shoulders behind the Joel Embiid screen and knocks down the Sixers' first triple tonight. Defender
went under, almost daring DeAnthony to shoot that. That's exactly what he did.
Good luck with that. Chet, good luck with that. Blocked by Embiid, 2-on-1. Nice. Harris with a hammer.
Good read from Nico. Because as soon as the ball came to him, that lone defender back leaned to him, and that meant the pass back to Tobias was there, and it was going to work. Good execution in transition.
He's Giddey, the 3rd-year player out of Australia, 6th overall pick back in 2021. And Maxey swats Giddey. Gets the loose ball. Wallace a pump fake. No, Embiid clears. He was fouled, slowed things down, hands off to Harris. And that was something what Maxey did right there that the Sixers were working on. They had a full practice yesterday, and they went at it here at OKC. Happy with how they've played the last couple of games. Batum from outside.
Able to get out of a potential double-team turnover there along the baseline. Nico coming over, making himself available, ready to shoot that corner 3.
Those Sixers were on. Giddey, the floater, is good.
Kept Tobias, the defender, on his back, never allowed him to get back in the play.
Yeah, 10 points, 6 rebounds, couple of steals. You know, Thunder's win over Chicago on Wednesday. Melton wide left, Batum there on cleanup duty.
Nico that time just crashing the boards. Giddey, his man, not blocking him out. Nico taking advantage of that.
Holmgren looking for his 2nd 3, short, Batum the rebound.
Doesn't look hesitant at all, does he? He's gonna shoot that.
Understandably so. He's shooting almost 44% from outside on the season is Holmgren. Joel lays it up and in. Couldn't have asked for a better start if you're Nick Nurse and the Sixers.
Getting buckets in transition. Why wait for the defense to get set? Joel, the lone post-up guy. Chet, no chance.
Miss out on this year's theme and promotional nights. For more information about the giveaways, group promotions, and theme nights, email tickets76ers.com. Visit sixers.com/promotions or call 215-339-7676. A lot of friendly Sixers fans in the building tonight, conversing with the Thunder faithful as we take a look at our Ranspear injury reports. Kelly Oubre Jr. still coming back from that fractured rib. Get well soon, Kelly. Hoping to have him back shortly. A left quad contusion for D. House. Suffered it yesterday in practice. Mentioned they were going end to end. They were getting after it yesterday and took a knee to the quad. So hope to have D. House back shortly. And again, Jalen Williams, a starter for these Thunder, out for the third consecutive game because of a left hip strain.
Nice pump fake.
Gilgeous-Alexander, wide left. Who touched it last? Going to be Sixers basketball.
Two Kentucky backcourt players there going against one another. One from Texas, one from north of the border.
That was something Nick Nurse said after practice yesterday as well, that he's very familiar with Shea. Coached him on the Canadian national team and is not the least bit surprised as he continues to climb up the NBA rankings. Embiid fouled. He'll shoot a pair.
Just our first time looking at Chet, certainly you know what he's capable of offensively. He's skilled, but he looks so overmatched on this end of the floor just in terms of physique and presence and size. Joel just a mammoth compared to him.
He knocks down the first. And the thing is, Oliver, that's not going to be a problem against a lot of teams in the NBA, right? If this was 1997, it would be a big problem.
Well,
but
not a lot of teams have Joel, so it probably won't be something that they concern themselves with a lot, being overwhelmed physically.
But I sure do hope to see our big fella go at their big fella quite a bit.
Yeah, I imagine that he'll be playing a lot in the painted area, or at least he should be.
Looking for Holmgren.
Showing you his ability there, his length. Made that one look easy to catch and finish, all in one smooth motion.
Harris has it taken away by SGA. Again, we talked about him being number 4 in the association in points per game. He's first in steals per contest, doing it really on both ends of the floor. Gets the steal on this end, gets the finish on the other end.
Well, and you see, it's just simple basketball, but you can't keep up with that speed and the change of speeds in particular.
Harris out to Maxey. Embiid pump fake once, another one. Has it knocked away by Wallace, the rookie out of Kentucky. And Embiid's going to get whistled for the foul.
It's those turnovers that we had mentioned at the top of the program. You want to make Oklahoma City earn everything they get offensively. You don't want to give them anything handed to them. Watch the defense on Joel. You can see jarring the ball loose there. Joel trying to recover, picks up the foul in the process.
I mentioned Wildcats. He's another Wildcat, 10th overall pick.
There's a few of them in the NBA.
In June's draft. And I'm just doing this for Amy, because we know our girl back in the studio. He's a Kentucky Wildcat. We talk as much as we can about all his alma mater, Duke and Kentucky. Yeah, he was the 10th pick in June by Dallas and then traded here to OKC. As Giddey rattles in the floater.
Anthony Melton, pretty good defender overall. It's pretty good defense on that exchange. Giddey just gets the better of him, a little bit taller, using that height advantage to shoot over.
Okay, Seattle will run here, getting back into the ball game. Embiid, great pass, great finish, and the foul. Batum to Embiid.
Nick Nurse calling out that play, and then after it's executed to perfection, goes and sits down with a satisfied look on his face.
Thank you.
Like, yeah, that's exactly what we wanted. The dump down, Nico finding Joel. Again, whoever it is they're putting on him, it's not enough. Right now, it's Williams, it seems, that they're going to give him a trial run on Joel.
Other Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams from Santa Clara, who's not playing today, is known as J-Dub here in OKC. Jalen Williams from Arkansas goes by J-Will. He's number 6, bottom right of your screen.
Quiz to follow.
Appreciate one of them not playing today, making it slightly easier. Here's J-Will with the white and pink shoes, and not a good three-point shooter, just 22%, but he knocks down his first attempt tonight.
And that's probably why he had an eternity to size that one up, too. Almost a forgotten man on that right wing.
The double, Embiid, the skip pass. Gilgeous-Alexander to close out on Harris. Batum directing traffic. Toby to post up. Tobias delivers and is fouled by Giddey.
Giddey coming over to help. Gilgeous-Alexander picks up the foul. Official Kennedy blew the whistle. Josh not liking the call. Tobias gets the benefit, I believe, because he's going to attack the rim. You see, not trying to be cute, goes right up into the defender's body. Not trying to avoid contact, went right into the contact.
Tobias hits the first. Couple of long-time NBA faces. Bill Kennedy, our crew chief tonight, and of course, head coach of your Sixers, Nick Nurse. Harris hits them both. 4 early for Toby, 5 for Nico, 8 for Joel, a 3 for D'Anthony Melton. Tyrese Maxey, the only Sixer who started yet to score, but they'll take that. SGA fading on the baseline. Harris knocks it to Embiid.
It's a pretty good defense, making him take that tough fadeaway along the baseline.
Melton catch and shoot triple. Off back iron, long rebound, knocked back by Batum. Maxey wide open. Melton another offensive rebound. Tobias into traffic, the bucket and the foul. Great work on that offensive sequence by your Sixers.
3 looks, 3 for $1 this trip down the floor. 76ers continuing to crash the boards, gaining multiple possessions. That's that second rebound from D'Anthony, finds a cutting Tobias. Watch it again, good weak side rebound. Here comes Tobias, left side of your screen, the nice finish. Laser focused on the rim through contact.
This is where I mentioned that the Sixers were focused on rebounding yesterday as well, because again, they out-rebounded the T-Wolves 17-10 on the offensive glass on Wednesday, and just didn't do what Tobias just did. Didn't turn it into points.
Yeah, didn't convert off of those advantages. Zone here from your Sixers, just to give the home team a different look, make them think about it a little bit.
Melton shadowing SGA. The step back is good for Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's what I was talking about at the top of the program, the difficult things, making them look easy. He made that look so nonchalant, so matter of fact, but it is not an easy thing he just pulled off. Joel looking to post up some more.
Beverly launches for 3 and hits. Good start for Pat Bev here tonight.
He was out here earlier knocking down some threes. Was Pat Bev, the work paying off.
Former Sixer Isaiah Joe there on the right wing, having a great resurgence here in OKC. Chet's alone underneath.
Good look inside there. Nice little high-low. Williams finding Chet.
Usman Jang trying to stay with Beverly. Catch and shoot. Harris. That one looks good, just a little bit short. Online though from Tobias. A good start from him. 7 for Toby, 8 for Joel. Melton staying right with SGA and then trusting the help, and Embiid swats it out of bounds.
Good help from Joel. Good job from D'Anthony not fouling to allow that help to have an impact. Could have bailed him out and fouled him on the floor. He did not. Trusting that his teammates will come. Watch again. Trusting that the help will be there. Not trying to make the great play, but allowing the help to have an impact. Nicely done.
Marcus Morris Sr. in for Tobias Harris. 4.5 to go in our first quarter here in OKC. Williams, the Holmgren. There's Isaiah Joe. Way off. And that one should be Sixers basketball. Last touch by the Thunder.
Good job by Pat Bev to get over there. No open looks. Isaiah Joe, that's the last thing you want to give him is time and space. He's so good.
Had 5 threes in the win over the Bulls on Wednesday. He was 5 for 7. Second 20-point performance for Isaiah Joe on the season. Embiid into the double, doesn't matter. Joel playing some volleyball, loose ball, picked up by Morris Sr. Shot clock did not reset. Beverly to the cup and is blocked by Holmgren. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Nurse doesn't agree with the call.
Let's watch it. Pat Bev here lays it up.
I think Holmgren got to that before it hit the backboard. Yeah, right there. I think he got there. So we think the Nurse is asking for the goaltend?
Yeah, I think Nick is asking for it. Did it hit the rim or not, and why did the shot clock not reset?
We play on. Gonna have a few of those throughout the course of an NBA game. Here's Jay. Over to Joe. So happy to see Joe thriving here in OKC. Just don't want him to play too well today. Wiggins to a reset Joe, blocked by Batum. Great closeout, shot clock about to expire on OKC. Williams, the line drive triple.
And you'll live with that. Nick Nurse going back and kind of just conceding that. That was pretty good defensive exchange. You get him to shoot the ball at the end of his shot clock, and an unlikely shooter makes it.
Like you said, they'll take that. Timeout Sixers. They lead by 5 here in Oklahoma. KC 26-21 right now. 3:27 to go in the first quarter. First of 2 between a couple of the best in the NBA so far this season. Let's take a look, Ala, at our Fulton Bank Banking Better Together feature.
Take a look at DeAnthony here, the offensive rebound, the second of that exchange. A cutting Tobias Harris. Watch, good patience. Here comes Tobias, absorbs contact. The traditional N1, banking better together, brought to you by Fulton Bank.
Melton will take a seat. Hit a 3, couple of assists, couple of rebounds in his first 9 minutes tonight. Robert Covington in, a little more length for the Sixers. Maxey, Embiid, Morris Sr. and Pat Bev in there as well. 3.5 to go.
Last 5 and change of this game, the OKC Thunder have made a concerted effort of getting the ball into the paint. They've scored 10 out of their 12 points in the paint in that period.
That's something the Sixers excel at, Ala.
Absolutely. 16-12 run for OKC.
Embiid throws it up. Draws the foul. Because of that guy, Sixers in the top 5 of points in the paint in the NBA. Thunder like to do their work all over the floor. Let's take another look at this one. It's going to be number 3 on Jay Will.
Will arguing his point profusely, but that little lean right there. Yeah, your hands are up, but that little shove with the shoulder and hip.
Still counts.
Yeah, haven't figured out a way to hide that move yet. Referees saw it.
Embiid around and out. Joel, 2 for 4 from the line tonight. 88% on the season. Did not play Wednesday in Minnesota. First game he hasn't played all season because of left hip soreness. And before that, 32 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks. And the overtime loss to Cleveland back on South Broad Street. Trying to get it out of Shea's hand, give it to somebody else. Pat face guarding him. Love it. Williams fakes the 3, lays it up and in.
Well, that's a good sign from the OKC point of view, because if you are trying to disrupt them offensively, you take their point guard out, and yet somehow they still are able to run their offense and culminate with a bucket. That's a good sign for the Thunder.
Definitely. Baseline searching. Embiid for 3. Back iron, Joe clears.
You'll live with Williams scoring over Gilgeous-Alexander, though.
Wiggins blocked by Covington. Those long arms of Rocco. And then a whistle. Wiggins a little push on the baseline. First on Tyrese. There's Aaron Wiggins, 30-year player out of Minnesota. Maryland, beg your pardon. Another M State.
Take a look at it. Great closeout, good timing. Robert with that left hand extended. Watch it one more time. Good timing on that closeout in the corner.
Williams no good from 3. Maxey bringing it up for the Sixers. Covington steps into a 3. On the short, Joe the rebound.
Gilgeous-Alexander getting a hand up on that Robert attempt, not allowing him an open look.
Covington whistled for the foul. Covington, 5 points, 6 rebounds, a couple of blocks in his time in the loss to the T-Wolves on Wednesday. Right now, Minnesota and OKC, who would have thought that? Tied for the lead atop the West at 11-4 through the first 15 games. Step back, Shea. It's good.
Both teams led by a dynamic young perimeter player. Gilgeous-Alexander right on cue.
So far, Sixers doing a much better job, though, defending SGA than they did defending Anthony Edwards the other night. Maxey pulls it back out. Embiid screen for Tyrese Maxey. Wide right.
Had Morris Sr. posting up there earlier in that exchange, unable to get it to him.
OKC looking for their first lead since 95 seconds into this one. Joe, long step back 3. And it goes for Isaiah Joe.
That's pretty good defense, just slightly better offense. pushed Robert, create that space, and then knocked it down.
Embiid, skip, and we're going the other way. Foul on Marcus Morris Sr. underneath.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Watch this, Isaiah Joe. Little between the legs, cross over dribble, little step back. That's pretty stuff.
Yeah, he's really started to blossom in his time here in OKC. Of course, the 49th overall pick of your Sixers back in 2020. This year, Isaiah averaging almost 11 points, a career high for the Thunder. Jay. To Wiggins. Downhill. Back to Jang. Out to they will. Shot clock at 4. Jang lines it up. Around and off. Blocked out by Maxey. And Shea right on his back. Tyrese didn't let it get to the ball. Morris Sr. Embiid for 3. Final 40 seconds, first quarter. Little arm extension there by SGA. No whistle.
Simple. Supremely gifted. They're going to let him get away with that subtle little arm bar. Nice soft touch at the end.
4-7 from the floor. 9 in his first quarter for Shea. Tyrese, tough shot. Full speed, kissing it off the glass for 2.
Going from left to right and trying to kiss that off the glass. Not an easy proposition. Maxey with the knockdown.
First bucket of the afternoon for Tyrese. Final 10 seconds, first quarter, shot clock's off. Shea, way too strong. 5 to go for Beverly. Pat scoops it to Marcus Morris Sr. And that will do it for the first 12 minutes here in Oklahoma City. Expected this one to be a good one. A couple of the top teams in the NBA, and so far it is delivering. OKC with a 2-point lead, second quarter coming up. Clear day here in OKC. Second quarter coming up inside of Paycom Centers. We take a look at our live lines powered by our friends at PointsBet, a Fanatics experience. Updated over, under, money line, and spread. Final 5:13 of that first quarter, a la OKC, outscoring the Sixers 15-3. That's why they enter our second frame with a 2-point lead.
Sixers in bunches started off the game pretty well, allowed the home team to make a run. You knew they'd be heard from. Now it's time for a Sixer response as you contemplate halftime.
Dagnall doing a great job building this young Oklahoma City team into a contender. Won 16 more games last year than they did the year prior. Made the play-in for the first time. Beat New Orleans in the first play-in game, then fell to Minnesota, so didn't make it into the best of, but they got a couple of postseason games under their belt and expect them to go much further than that this season. Shot clock at 3. Maxey the scoop. No good. Underneath. Knocked out. Who's ball? Sixers ball.
Sixers doing a good job of crashing on that Maxey drive. Multiple Sixer players in there for that second chance opportunity.
When it comes to teams who are good on both ends of the floor, net rating leaders. Mark's team #1. Sixers just a couple of spots behind him. Catch and shoot. Maxey is good for 3.
Nice execution out of that underneath, out of bounds.
Second quarter, Tyrese. Beverly knocks it out. We know that's when Tyrese usually steps up. Joel starting the second quarter on the bench, so it's Maxey time.
This is he's the leader of this group out there right now.
Beverly, Oroko, Reed, and Morris Sr. out there with Maxey as well. Here's the newest Kentucky rook. Mason Wallace stepped into the starting lineup for Damon Williams. Wiggins, good from outside.
He'll shoot those if given the opportunity. Gotta keep an eye on him.
36% three-point shooter. And of course, Aaron Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins at Golden State. Lefty scoop from Reed, no. Tap didn't fall either. Will remain Sixers basketball.
Williams and Paul going at it. Unable to secure that. Ball fell out of bounds.
Coach of Sixers there, Nick Nurse. Got after the guys yesterday in practice. Had a good start to the season. A little bit of a slump as of late. Maxey short on the 3. Taking a snap. A 2-game slide here. With Wallace. Knocked away, very late whistle. Second on Robert Covington.
Help coming, but they were a little too handsy when Chet got near. Too much of the body. Watch, here comes the help. Robert with the reach.
Here's Wallace. Switch on to Rocco. Over to Giddey. Holmgren fakes the 3 off his foot. Rocco and Reed onto the deck. Shot clock at 2, shot clock at 1, and we've got a jump ball. Good work by Reed and Covington to get on the deck for that one.
Great job of getting on the floor for it, too. Look how far out Paul is forced to defend. Well past the foul line. Loose ball comes out. He and Robert first to the floor. Love that.
Tough go for Holmgren. A couple of the best guys at picking up loose balls on the Sixers.
Probably thinking, what did I do to deserve this, to get in the middle of these two?
All right, so again, 1.1 to shoot. So this has to pretty much be a tap and a heave for Oklahoma City. And it won't matter because Rocco wins it. 2 minutes gone, second quarter. Maxey weaving his way through the Thunder defense and a whistle.
That's just so good. So hard to stop by getting in front. Williams tried to do just that. Unable to get there in time. Watch this. The crowd wanted to foul. You decide. That is not a foul. He is not in front. Maxey doing a great job of trying to avoid the contact. That's the block there.
But OKC will challenge.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, why
You're
not?
entitled to be wrong.
Brad is happy about it, so challenge accepted. We'll see the results after this. As you can probably tell from the boos, as we welcome you back to OKC, unsuccessful challenge for the Thunder. They lead the Sixers right now, 34-32, 10:03 to go in our first half. As we take a look at what they were challenging, it was called a block on Kenrich Williams, and that is the correct call.
I don't believe he was properly positioned. I think it was a good call by the officials. Official Kennedy making friends here at the Paycom Center, Paycom Arena.
I'm a big fan of his delivery. I know the fans may not like it, but always makes me chuckle. The dramatic pause. A couple of vets there. Kenrich now in his 6th season, undrafted out of TCU, and Pat Bev, of course, had to work his way up and back into the NBA. Started his pro career over in Ukraine. He was drafted by the Lakers and traded to Miami, cut, headed to Greece, Russia. So those guys do know a thing or two about working their way into this association. There's Maxey to shoot a pair. Tyrese coming off a 16 points, 8 assist performance in the loss Wednesday in Minnesota. One of 3 guys, Ala, with 100 assists and 25 or fewer turnovers through the first 15 games of the season. Just one of 3.
And he's only been playing point guard for just this season. Pretty remarkable.
Yep. Holmgren straight on 3. No, Wiggins there for the tap-in.
No one blocking Wiggins out. You can see he had clear space, plenty of time. Got to that first, did Wiggins.
The other 2, Chris Paul and Fred VanVleet, for those of you wondering.
Moving screen by Paul.
Yep. Harris and Melton getting set to come back in for the Sixers.
Sixers trying to use that little quick hitter screen from Paul Reed to get someone open in transition. Paul just moving a little too much. Watch it again right there. You see the lean with the hands. Not allowed.
Maxey scored 7 straight for the Sixers. Could have been more, but instead, got to get a stop first. Melton on Chet. The runner is good for Chet Holmgren.
Plenty of room. Sixers not doubling him, just allowing him to operate right now one-on-one. Let's see whether or not that changes. He is capable.
He's got 9, averages just over 17 points a game so far. First 15 games of his NBA career. Tobias has it deflected.
Good help that time defensively by Holmgren, getting over there, getting a piece of that Tobias attempt.
Wiggins over to Giddey.
Good look.
Back to Wiggins. Good work by the Sixers to recover.
Yep, good rotations. Sixers right now not breaking down defensively, thankfully.
Again, these are all things they were working on yesterday. Knocked away by Melton. Harris with it.
Good stop that time for the Sixers.
Anthony Melton from outside. Read the rebounds.
Great rebound.
Take it away.
Brought it down where others can get it.
Williams steps into a 3 and hits.
They don't waste any time, do they? Changing ends, capitalizing, recognizing the mismatch or open man and kicking it to him.
Biggest lead tonight for the Thunder. A couple of games ago, they had 11 guys with at least 1 3. They knocked down 22 of them. Melton pocket pass, Paul Reed up and in.
Gathered himself and went up strong.
Not easy. Paul Reed is good in small spaces, down lows. Giddey. Good cut, good finish for Josh Giddey.
Well, and Robert was Giddey's man. And as soon as Giddey saw Robert turn his back and look at the basketball, that's when he cut, knowing that Robert can't see him.
Covington faked the pass and instead turns and fires towards the hoop and scores. Like that move by Robert Covington.
Nice drive by Robert.
Maxey tried to get in front of Giddey. Instead, whistled for the foul, his second.
Max saying, just let me play this guy. Let me embrace this challenge here.
Yeah, didn't see much.
Yeah, I didn't see much either. Give me a chance to compete, he says.
New Dork guarded by Batum. Holmgren, good closeout by Tobias. Looking baseline to a cutting Giddey. Up and over Paul Reed. No, gets the rebounds. Holmgren and Dort right on top of each other. And a foul. Had been a really good defensive possession for the Sixers. Running shooters off the line.
Just a little breakdown there at the end. The Thunder taking advantage.
On Tobias Harris, his first. Third team foul in the second. Well, this holiday season, give the gift of a Junior 76ers Kids Club membership. It's presented by Five Below for every kit purchased between now and November 27th. The 76ers and Five Below will donate a kit to a patient at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Visit junior76erskidsclub.com and use the discount code BOGO10 during checkout to purchase. BOGO10, that's B-O-G-O 10 during checkout to purchase. Wiggins splits the free throws. Reed out. Joel Embiid back in. 5 minutes gone, second quarter. Williams guarding Embiid with those 3 fouls he picked up in the first quarter.
Tobias trying to duck in there in that flex set.
Well, hands off to Anthony Melton.
Nice
move. Good move by Melt. Good move. And he taps it up and in. Loves the effort from Anthony Melton.
An uncanny ability to rebound from a guard position, Anthony Melton.
Wiggins, no. And a whole lot of contact from Dort. I believe that's going to be a foul on Lou Dort. Indeed the case. First on him.
Watch this action again. Uses the screen, goes back the other way. Nice little hesitation. Goes right back past 2 defenders and then somehow taps it back in over taller rebounders.
3 guys around him in white jerseys.
Yep.
5 for D. Melton. 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Batum over to Maxey. Back to Embiid. Joel, free throw J is good. Like that offensive set by the Sixers.
Good movement of ball and bodies that time.
Giddey, a little hesitation in midair. Double pump. Gets the finish.
Doesn't hesitate with that response for the Thunder. Giddey quickly racing down the floor.
4-point Thunder lead. Maxey off the Embiid screen. Maxey's fouled. And I believe that he will shoot 3. We'll see. It's going to confirm. That is indeed the case. 3 free throws coming for Tyrese Maxey.
Watch this action. Good brush screen from Joel. Dort, just a little too much contact for the officials' liking.
Maxey hits the first, shooting almost 91% from the stripe through the first 15 games for the Sixers. Lou Dort, really good earlier in November. Season high 29 against the Golden State Warriors, but cooled off a little bit as of late. Just 2 points in the win over the Bulls on Wednesday. Williams out. Isaiah Joe, the former Sixer, back in. Good to see Williams back out there. Missed the final 21 games last season because of surgery on his wrist. Plays a very important role with this really young Oklahoma City team, even though he's only in his 6th season and he's only 28. He's the 2nd youngest team in the NBA.
Wise beyond his years for this team.
Giddey, short. And Batum threw it away. A miscommunication by the Sixers. Still getting to know each other. That was another one of the things that Nick Nurse talked about after practice yesterday. Said, this is a stretch. I mean, this is the Sixers' 8th game in 14 days, Alla, but got 4 new guys on the team. Dortz misses the bunny. Got to practice, still learning things on both ends of the floor.
For sure, a lot to still incorporate into your game.
They're short on his layup attempt. Here comes Dort. Dort out to Giddey. Williams blocked by Embiid.
Great rotation, good help.
Absolutely erased by Joel. Maxey short on the 3. Embiid the tap out. Melton. It's good for DeAnthony Melton.
Both ends of the floor, Joel dominating the glass, creating things for his team, good things, both defensively and offensively.
Block on one end, the offensive rebound, tough out on the other. You mentioned it all, a great sequence for the reigning NBA MVP.
Great ones do it on both ends of the floor. Watch this. Daylight gets taken away immediately, grabs the rebound, and then here taps it back out for a second chance opportunity, one that DeAnthony more than happy to take advantage of.
2nd triple tonight for DeAnthony Melton. 5th rebound for Joel Embiid. 5 to go first half. Dort, yeah, he doesn't want that Joel smoke.
You just saw what happened earlier.
It's like, no, I'm gonna pass out of that. I don't care how strong I am.
Just don't reach.
Gilgeous-Alexander spinning his way away from a couple of Sixers and banking it in.
The difficult stuff makes it look easy. That right there is a perfect example. I don't even think his breathing changed on that last one. Just so nonchalant and matter-of-fact about his stuff.
11 for Shea. Embiid, too strong. Batum, he's really good at that tap out. Another opportunity for Harris and the Sixers. Tobias with a smaller Joe on him. Good screen by Embiid. Good work by Tobias to use it. Nice 2-man game between Harris and Embiid.
Good patience. They took their time, right? And they set up the defender using Joel's big body. Nice move from Tobias.
Sixers with a 50-48 lead. Joe for 3. Harris clears.
You're thankful when he misses. Shooting it so well.
Holding my breath when he shoots right now. We saw it for the first number of years in Philly. Catch and shoot, Maxey. Corner store cash money for Tyrese Maxey.
Again, Joel with the kick to the corner. Draws a lot of attention in the painted area. Kicks it out after the defense collapses. Maxey with time and space.
Team high 13 now for Tyrese. And a whistle. A good call for fouling Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's number 3 on Tyrese Maxey.
Convincing pump fake from SGA to get Tyrese up. Watch this again. Look at this. This is with everybody practically on him. And just so ho-hum about it. And then this is Joel kicking it to Tyrese in the corner.
4th assist tonight for Joel to go along with his 11 points. Shea hit the first. He'll be shooting his 2nd when we come back. Sixers on a little 15-5 run here to go up 53-49 on the Thunder in this 2nd quarter. been a great defensive quarter for the Sixers. We take a look at our Hyundai defensive play of the game.
Take a look at the help here. Thought that he had an open avenue to the lane. That got shut down quickly. Joel blocking then the other end of the floor, getting his team another possession with the knockdown. Your Hyundai defensive play of the game. Defense turning into offense.
Outscoring the Thunder are Joel Embiid and the Sixers 24-18 in the second frame so far. OKC led 41-34 with 8:27 to go in the second. Since then, a 19-8 Sixers run. So Gilgeous-Alexander shooting the second of his 2 free throws. He was fouled by Maxey. Probably about 3 minutes and 47 seconds ago at this point. Counting in the commercial break. Getting some rather quiet MVP chants.
I heard one dude.
But they were loud the other night. He dropped 40 on the Bulls, his third 40-point performance already of the season. Maxey to Embiid, deflected. Melton back to Joe. Lost his footing, the no-look. Harris, the throwdown in traffic.
Tobias wanted to foul, too. I'm tending to agree with him.
Yeah.
There was some contact on the way up to the rim there.
Love the power, though, that he went up with. And D'Anthony is going to get called for the pull, the jersey pull. No holding, number 8.
Watch this Joel look again. Joel gets it in between multiple defenders. Finds Tobias coming from the corner. Watch it again. Tobias coming from the right side of your screen. Gets it from JoJo. Finishes it in traffic. Wanted the foul.
First personal on D'Anthony Melton. As the 93% free throw shooter, Gilgeous-Alexander improves to 3 for 3 tonight. But with that dunk, Toby, the third Sixer in double figures. He and Joe have 11. Tyrese has 13. Sixers doing a great job spreading it around this season at 5 guys in double figures for the 8th time on the season, despite the loss Wednesday in Minnesota. Despite missing the big fella. Shea leading the way for Oklahoma City with 15. Tough pass down to Embiid, who was fouled. And really liking Batum's ability to just get it into Joel. It doesn't matter if it's a bounce pass, if it's a line drive shot like that. Those two have a French connection.
What I'm also enjoying here, I see what you did there. Gene Hackman reference, I like that. The frustration on Chet Holmgren's face right now as he pleads with the officials. What I'm impressed with most is the concerted effort to dump it down low. They are coming down the floor, and as long as Joel is willing to participate, they're dumping it in each and every time. Why? Because there really isn't anybody in the building. I'm going to say perhaps the state of Oklahoma that can stop JoJo.
I'd like to see you two go toe-to-toe.
No, nobody wants that.
No?
No, there's not enough insurance.
I feel like you could give us a good 35 seconds or so.
I'm a tiger for 10 seconds.
Could extend that joke, but I'm just going to leave it there. Gilgeous-Alexander from the free throw line.
Again, the easy stuff, right? Does that, no problem. Takes over when you need him to.
Straight for SGA. Skip. Melton, high arcing 3. Off back iron. Skips off the top of the backboard.
Over the backboard, out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Thunder basketball.
SGA here on display. Watch this. Gets it and just kind of lulls the guy to sleep. He doesn't look like he's going fast, but it's fast and effective.
Holmgren squares his shoulders and hits another triple. Second tonight for Chet.
Instead of a pick and roll, that's a pick and pop. Quickly endearing himself to the fans and his teammates, Chet Holmgren.
Does it now for the rookie out of Gonzaga, Chet Holmgren.
Looking for JoJo.
Quick trigger, Batum, love the way he shoots, keeps it high, knocks down another from outside.
I love JoJo just going from one block to the other, looking for those angles.
Batum pestering. Alexander does well to stay down. Melton knocked it away. Joe, ooh, almost carried. Dort with six to shoot. Step back 3.
Good
That's
defense.
off, Maxey the rebound.
That's good defense all the way around, starting on SGA and moving across the perimeter. No fouling, contesting everything.
Joel going to work. Blocked by SGA.
What?
And then whistled for a foul, and Nick Nurse is already making the universal replay sign towards his bench, saying, should we challenge? Asking Joe. Let's take a look.
While they deliberate, let's take a look. Bird's eye view for you. See, how is there not a foul right there on the drive? They're saying that's an offensive foul?
Offensive foul on Joe. And another finish for SGA.
Again, not an easy thing to do over the taller Nick Batum. Got it up to the glass and in.
There's backing down Joe. Tobias off the window and gets the roll. 13 for Toby in this first half.
The help wouldn't come, so it was basically one-on-one. What they weren't going to let Tobias do was get in the lane. He was satisfied with the little baseline jumper.
A minute of the first half, and Melton fouls Isaiah Joe.
Fouls on number 8, Anthony Melton. That's his second.
Second on Melton, so Joe's shooting. They're in the bonus.
Watch this again. Tobias with the post up on Isaiah Joe. Just going right through the body there, off the glass and in.
24 points in the paint for the Sixers. 28 for the Thunder. Coming up in just over a minute. Send you back to Philly. Amy Mark, the coach, standing by for Halftime Live, presented by Nissan. Highlights, analysis, statistics, and much more. Be sure to stay with us. Halftime Live coming up in just a few. That guy, one of 3 Sixers with 13 points in the first half. Joel and Tobias, they're with him. Isaiah Joe with 5 in the first half after hitting both free throws. Kentucky, guarding Kentucky here. Wallace, the rookie. And a whistle.
Held up JoJo. That foul's going to be
Jason Wallace.
Wallace, because he was the one holding JoJo as he tried to roll. You don't see too many people holding Joel up in any
Nope, but
way,
I
shape, or
can
form.
understand. If I was 6'4", 195, I'd probably just hold on to him too.
Yep, for dear life.
Joel, step to the line, shoot 2. Well, what's the latest news surrounding your 76ers? Scan this code now and find out. Download the NBC Sports Philadelphia app and always stay connected to your teams. Got word just a little while ago. No Jaden Springer tonight for your Sixers, out with an illness. Covington, Beverly back in. Maxey and Harris out on this defensive possession. In the first for the big fella. Sixers have a 3-point lead. Final 30 seconds of this first half. Holmgren already has a couple of threes to his name today. Giddey to Joe. Giddey the runner. That's his shot. They're going the other way. Indeed, foul on Josh Giddey. Batum lost a shoe in the process, but gains the Sixers another possession here at the end of this first half.
You rarely see him out of control, but that's exactly how he was there, a little out of control. Nico taking advantage of that, giving up his body, picking up the foul.
Second on Giddey. A good substitution by the Sixers. They get the turnover. 15 seconds to go. Shot clock's off. Two-man between Maxey and Embiid. Maxey keeps it over to DeAnthony Melton, and Maxey is going to get whistled for the charge.
Same thing down the other end of the floor where Josh Giddey was a little out of control.
That's frustrating on a number of levels, Oliver, because that's going to be number 4 on Tyrese.
Well, you can see well out of the circle. I don't know if he was there long enough, but
he was good at those when he was a Sixer.
yeah, and he was out of control. And I think that's where the foul really stems.
Well, the green light is on, so Nick Nurse
Want to talk about
going to
it.
use that challenge, because, again, that would be number 4 on Tyrese Maxey. So we'll see what this challenge result holds after this. Welcome back. 64-61. Sixers clinging to a 3-point lead with 6.6 to go in our first half here in OKC. The call on the floor, Alla, was a Tyrese Maxey charge. Nick Nurse challenging. Let's see what we think.
There's that exchange again. Man, that's tough to tell. I think that, let's see how he slides in while Maxey elevates.
That shot right there, that was the angle.
Yeah, Maxey takes off right here, and then you see him. That's a quick hitter. Let's see what the officials decide.
Okay, they're going to discuss Bill Kennedy, Mitchell Irvin, Dedrick Taylor, Tyrese Maxey, and the Sixers hoping that it's a successful challenge, because that'd be a big difference between going into the half with 3 fouls and going into the half with 4 fouls. This was the angle. Made us think it could be a successful challenge. Let's see, Bill Kennedy on the mic.
After reviewing the play, the offensive foul that was called has been overturned to a blocking foul. Maxey will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
I think it was overturned because of what we saw. Great work by the crew here in OKC that he was still moving.
Yep, wasn't quite set defensively. Good read from the brain trust of your 76ers to challenge that. Good job from the officials, too.
So far, so good from this crew this afternoon.
Overheard them referring to Mark Lindsay, another one of the officials in the NBA who must be in Secaucus at the time. Everyone is jealous of his time in Secaucus.
So that is huge for a multitude of reasons. One, OKC doesn't get another possession, at least at the moment. And Maxey stays away from that 4th foul. Going into the half, that would be a huge difference for that guy, trying to figure out Tyrese's minutes in the second half, if that would have been number 4.
Completely different proposition when foul trouble is on your mind.
So Maxey splits the free throws.
No fouls.
SGA out to Dort from way outside. Off back iron. And Maxey gets up for the rebound. That will do it for the first 2 quarters here in OKC. After giving up 31 in the first quarter, Sixers respond with a 36-point second quarter. Good defense too. 65-61. Halftime live after this. OKC 65-61. Your Sixers leading the team who's tied with the Timberwolves for the lead over here in the Western Conference. In case you missed the first half and halftime live, welcome back. Let's take a look at our GMC drive of the game. Good move by D'Anthony Melton in our first half.
Little 2-man action and getting it from Joel, and then getting to the basket right away. D'Anthony Melton here on the drive. Nice persistence there paying off. Your GMC drive of the game.
D'Anthony Melton, 8 points, 5 dimes, 3 rebounds, and a block in his first 18 minutes tonight. Let's take a look at our Honda game summary. Joel and Shea, a couple of NBA All-Stars going toe-to-toe tonight. Embiid, of course, winning the MVP award last season. And Shea finishing 5th in last year's MVP voting. Career best 31.4 points per game last season for SGA. And just continuing to grow and shine here in Oklahoma. 2 quarters to go as Dort extends the arm. Quite a bit on D'Anthony Melton, but we play on. Holmgren, very similar to how the Thunder started out the first half of this one. Strokes the 3. 65-64, first of 2 between these two. See him again much later in the season on South Broad Street. Great scoop pass from Tyrese over to Batum, left the 3, wide right. We heard Mark Jackson at the end of halftime. See if the guys can get up into this guy. Just make every shot difficult. As Zala said, he makes the difficult look easy, so make it even harder on SGA this half.
Well, and it's psychological, too. When the rest of the team finds their best players struggling, that affects the rest of them, too. They're saying, if he's our best and he's having a hard time of it, what are the chances for me?
Also got to limit turnovers. Tobias Harris spinning away from SGA, halfway down, back out. Good move, though, from Toby.
Tough fadeaway. That's pretty good defense. Tobias almost pulled that off.
2. Bane down, Melton deflects it, Williams stepped in front, and Holmgren throws it down.
A little breakdown there defensively, and that's where they were able to take advantage of it. Chet with the easiest two he'll probably get tonight.
Yeah, it looked like that one was headed right for Joel Embiid, but Jay Will did a nice job stepping in front and finding Holmgren for the easy two. Speaking of easy twos, Joel Embiid. Sixers, 9 turnovers, led to 14 OKC points in the first half. Thunder just 2 turnovers, resulting in 3 Sixer points. Holmgren from the free throw line.
That's a nice move, too. He dips the shoulder just enough to create the space, but doesn't use the arm, doesn't extend, creates that space, and then elevates.
He's got 19 already tonight. Averages just over 17 a contest so far. George comes over to double Embiid. Joel looking to assist. Batum, the step back 3. Melton, the tap out. Embiid from outside. Short, long rebound, picked up by Dort. Dort to a cutting Giddey. No. New whistle.
Pleads his case, and immediately the whistle blows. This is Chet on that last exchange. The separation we talked about doesn't need a lot of separation because he's taller than the defender, in this case, Tyrese. Just goes straight up and down and knocks it down. Holmgren, second-year player, looking pretty good.
Unfortunately, Tyrese picking up his 4th personal. The good news was, just before we went to halftime, he was called for his 4th personal on a charge, but Nick Nurse challenged and it was overturned. But picking up number 4 early here in this 3rd quarter.
Let's see how it affects him in the rotation, especially when that second unit comes out and he is the captain, so to speak, of that second unit. Does he get to do that in an extended period of time, or does it get shortened because of the fouls?
And into Williams, and he's whistled for his 2nd offensive foul tonight.
Talking things over, seems satisfied with the explanation. Watch it again. See Williams there. Yeah, it's the dipping of the shoulder and head right there. The arm doesn't extend. Williams certainly sells it, but the shoulder dip, enough for the officials to call.
Dort lost it out of bounds. Sixers ball. 8th game in 14 days for your Sixers. Last 8 days, Ala, we've been down to Atlanta, up to Brooklyn, back to Philly, out to Minnesota, back to Philly, and now out here to OKC. Around and off for Tyrese. Joel there underneath. And appears to be in a bit of pain down there in the paint. And back up to his feet by his teammates.
Collision between he and Chet. Chet up. Joel up also.
Foul on Holmgren. Joel trying to shake it off.
Watch it again. Shot goes up. He's got the inside position. Just that left ankle. Kind of rolled it a little bit.
To the free throw line, and it's the first.
Thankfully, nothing more.
10 from the line so far tonight. Make it 9 of 11. 19 to lead the way for the Sixers. Gilgeous-Alexander and Holmgren with 19 apiece for the Thunder. 1-point Thunder lead.
Some zone here from your Sixers. Joel anchoring it in the middle.
Good communication so far. SGA to step back and Embiid the block out.
Had Holmgren on his back, kept him there.
Embiid scoops to Melton. D'Anthony turns the corner, goes with authority to the cup. And that's going to be Sixers ball. Last touched by Giddey. And we're going to call, okay. Nick Nurse running past us and saying, that's a goaltend, Ala. And indeed, because a member of the Thunder pulled down on the rim.
Does that mean I have to give him some of my money because he's doing my job for me? Oh, my goodness.
That was great. I hope that went over the broadcast. Nick walked right past us, smiled, and looked down at his good buddy, Alla Abdelnaby, sitting next to me and said, go 10, Alla. Holmgren for 3.
Good ball movement from the OKC Thunder. Good patience, too. Holmgren showing you his ability to stretch a defense, that left wing 3.
Goal 10 was on Dort. Melton blocked by Holmgren.
Numbers here.
Leonsu, Batum, and Melton did nicely to get back, but Holmgren, the trail James.
Smart decision from Giddey to just hold it up a second, wait for reinforcements. They came in the form of Holmgren right down the middle of the lane.
Double comes from Holmgren. Embiid tried to skip it to a cutting Melton off his hands.
Gotta stop the ball here.
Giddey downhill, swatted by Batum. Great defense in midair by Nico Batum.
I knew his game, but I did not know he had the defense in his game that Nico does.
Harris, no. Embiid, the offensive rebound, and he draws the foul.
Pretty impressive when you get the package of scoring and seasoned veteran ability. Watch this. That's a nice block, and then they're off and running. This is what I like. He just kind of waits for others. Holmgren coming in, he leaves him the lane. Pretty good execution there from the OKC Thunder.
Holmgren had 12 in the first half. He already has 12 in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter. See why they are so excited about him here in OKC. Embiid hits them both. So this tight contest continues. 2-point Thunder lead. 7 to go in the third quarter. Back home for the Sixers after this. The Lakers Monday night early tip, 6 o'clock tip. Right here on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Holmgren way off that time, but it's a gift.
Got to come up with that loose ball. Once it hits the backboard, it's a loose ball.
Giddey heaves with a shot clock about to expire, and Maxey picks up the loose ball. Maxey playing with 4 fouls. Back to Embiid, over to Max. Tyrese turns the corner and hits the jumper. Timeout, Thunder.
Great way to use that screen. Joel and Maxey showing some patience. Didn't work one way, went back the other way. Able to execute it to perfection. Take a look at what we're talking about here. Doesn't work to the left side, brings it back to the right, pulls up from the elbow, tie ball game. That's 75.
All square at 75 here in OKC. 6:40 to go in the third quarter inside of Paycom Center. Let's take a look at our Independence Blue Cross play of the game. This guy in the running for Rookie of the Year, Chet Holmgren.
And you can see why, doing on both ends of the floor. First the block, and then gets it from Giddey, and the emphatic finish. Both ends of the floor for the second-year player, your Independence Blue Cross play of the game.
He's got 12 in the third, 24 overall. Joel with 7 of his 21 in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter. Jay to Wallace, Williams. Good defense by Embiid to just go straight up on that one.
It was Williams who initiated the contact.
Maxey is good for 3. Defense leading the offense for the Sixers.
Wasting no time either. The faster you push it down the floor, the defense sinks into the lane. That's what leaves guys like Maxey open.
Giddey doesn't get the roll. Melton the rebound. Scoops it to Embiid, over to Maxey. Tyrese. Joel, jump stop, elbow J is good for Joel Embiid.
Last couple trips down, executing to perfection your Sixers. Like a well-oiled machine offensively.
That's what it's feeling like.
Yep.
Step back, Gilgeous-Alexander, well shorts, tap back by Williams, foot race. And SGA the first to it.
Shot clock got reset.
Down to single digits already, though. Shea splitting the defense. Could have gotten called for a travel there. And the line drive, three-pointer off the mark by Williams. Isaiah Joe from way outside. Short, Giddey the tap in. No, Melton finally clears for the Sixers.
Fortunate for your Sixers, multiple looks by the Thunder that trip down.
Melton asking for it. Nicely done by Giddey to get in his airspace. Embiid. Just blocking Shea Gilgeous-Alexander all the way almost past the baseline. Knew there was a mismatch.
He's saying, how could it be on the dribble or on the floor? I never had the ball to put it on the floor. I caught it and finished it. I think the officials ultimately agree. Or maybe not.
Yeah. Looks like Tobias Harris is going to take it in on the sideline for the Sixers.
How about that?
Okay. Second on SGA. Third team foul on the Thunder. Melton just able to keep it in. Embiid spins one way, spins back the other, fades away. No, Harris though battling. Maxey the rebound. Melton for three. Joe almost had the O board. Gilgeous-Alexander knocked away by Batum. Isaiah Joe, good work by Isaiah Joe to get down into the offensive set. Too many offensive rebounds for the Thunder last couple of minutes. Turns, no good. Good defense by D. Melts. SGA wanted a foul, we play on.
Good dump.
Harris.
Just couldn't come up with it.
Out of bounds.
Thought he felt like he got pushed.
Yeah.
The officials seeing it differently.
There, Robert Covington getting set to check in for the Sixers. After a long stretch for the Sixers, back and forth, end-to-end action there. Tyrese will take a seat. 4:22 to go in the third. Oklahoma City 11-4 on the season. Sixers 10-5 overall. Joe. Pass Harris. Jang pulls it back out. Joe, the reset triple. Seen that before.
Yeah, just give him enough space. And he doesn't really even need time to ease into anything, right? He just came in, ready to shoot.
Trying to play defense on the much taller Tobias Harris. Good cut from Batum, and a foul. I was wondering why Nico wasn't able to finish so close to the cup, and that was why.
Well, and he also did a great job of keeping the ball up, right? He didn't bring it down, so the foul gets exposed because the ball's up in the air for the official to see. Bring it down, whatever fouls may occur are tougher to see. Watch it here. Tobias finds it cutting Nico. It's gonna come into your screen there. Now watch, it just keeps it up and goes right to the basket. And the foul on Jang.
And that is the first free throw attempted and made by Nico Batum in a Sixers uniform. Covington in, D'Anthony Melton out. As the official ticketing partner of the Philadelphia 76ers, Ticketmaster has the widest selection of seats so you never miss a ball game. And when you can't make it, easily sell your seats to another fan. Head to Ticketmaster.com/76ers to buy and sell your tickets today.
Nico's line, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks in 24 minutes of play. That is pretty darn good. Again, what really stands out to me is the defensive side of the ball for Nico. Something I thought kind of went untalked about.
Gilgeous-Alexander, the mid-range.
He likes being at that elbow, whether it's the right or the left. We saw him operate a lot in that first half from that elbow.
Embiid directing traffic up top. Harris off the Embiid screen. Moves his way back to the left. Batum is good from outside.
What an addition he has been. You see him and Isaiah Joe talking things over as they come back.
Still talking, trading triples. 3 for 5 from outside is Nico tonight. He's got 13 points. Step back, Shea, tough shot on the baseline. Sixers will take that.
I just didn't know Isaiah spoke French. That's the interesting part to me.
Season high for Nico as a Sixer. Tobias catch and shoot triple. Rattles home for Tobias Harris. And OKC calls time.
Great spacing. Joel again. When good things happen, you're usually going to see things starting with the ball in Joel's hands. Here's a little 2-man game. The kick to Nico in the corner. Ready to shoot is number 40 in red, white, and blue. And then Tobias, who kicked it to him. Now it's...
Tomorrow gets set for Bills Birds starting at 2:30 with Birds Huddle Game Day. That's followed by Eagles pregame live right here on NBC Sports Philadelphia and streaming as always on the NBC Sports app. Man, that is a
lineup right there.
That's a lot of programming.
I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Boom, 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 boom. Birds, birds, birds. 88-80. Sixers leading the Thunder. Thanks in large part to that guy having his best game as a Sixer. Moderna, it's your moment tonight featuring one Nico Batum.
We mentioned the score box and the stat sheet filling of that said score box. Look at the statistics in a short period of time for the starter tonight and new addition, Nico Batum.
Yo. Tobias did nicely to run at him, potentially throw him off on that three-point attempt, and the Sixers clear.
Good chase down of that rebound, too, from Joel. The first part of blocking out, or first part of rebounding is blocking out. Then you've got to go after the ball once you hold your man off.
Beverly from Joel. That's the defense fly by. Pat Bev, tough runner on the baseline, and Bev makes it look easy.
Operating calmly in that corner is Pat Bev.
Nico tasked with trying to slow him down this quarter and done a pretty darn good job.
Gil just tried to be physical with him there on that little drop step. Nico held his ground. Gilgeous-Alexander, there was no advantage gained by him on that move.
And Beverly draws the foul on Williams.
Fouls on number 34, Gilgeous Williams. That's his second.
This guy yesterday, Ala, Pat Bev, as we take another look at his runner before he steps in the line.
Watch the little action here. Gets it in the corner. Pump fake. Defender flies by. Before Holmgren can get in on the play, the little teardrop from the baseline. Nice move. Good execution. Pat at the line also.
So, again, just love what Pat Bev has brought to the Sixers. Yesterday, end of practice. Guys are tired. They were going at it yesterday in practice. And it's 1st to 4, but they get points on stops, not on buckets. Pat Bev hits a tough runner. He's fouled, and he's vehemently asking for the and one. And Nick is going, Pat, it's on stops. He's like, I don't care. I want the and one. Just going, man. End of practice had been going for a good 45 minutes yesterday. Everybody drenched in sweat, and the competitive energy, the urgency, the intensity just never stops from number 22.
You want to feel defensive intensity in practice. Keep score like they do on the defensive end. Do not reward the offense. Reward the defense. You'll see the intensity get picked up a notch or two.
And the Sixers did well to pick up the intensity in the second half of this quarter. OKC started the third on a 14-4 run. 12 of those 14 from Chet Holmgren. Since then, Sixers have answered with a 20-5 run of their own. And we've seen that in a lot of third quarters this season.
The third quarter has been, for the most part, the Sixers' friend this season. Good things have happened after they come out of that stop action and talk things over. This is why we are stopping. And it hits Shai Gilgeous, which means the clock should be running. It did not run, hence a little conversation amongst the officials and the scorers table.
Assistant coach for your Sixers. I was wondering if they were checking for a handball, you know.
Yeah, no telling.
In the area.
More zone here from your Sixers. A little 1-2-2. Joel in the bottom left corner.
And Davis Bertans is checked in for the first time. He launched that three off the mark, but another offensive rebound by the Thunder.
So much for easing your way into the game with your Bertans.
SGA back to Holmgren. Embiid on the closeout. Harris the rebound.
Good block out from Morris Sr. on Bertans that time, getting a piece of him, not allowing him that second chance.
Just over a minute to go in the third. The lead 9 for the Sixers. Beg your pardon, 11. Will go right into the chest of Chet and pushes the Sixers lead to 13.
Good read, too. Fake the pass off to Tobias, and then just darted right to the basket, put all the pressure on Holmgren as a defender. Chet unable to stop JoJo.
Covington coming up to help. Sixers have done well to limit SGA in this quarter. Joe, the fadeaway. No, Isaiah had that in his bag. Okay.
Showing you the layers to his game. He is not just a standstill jump shooter. Put it on the floor there. Nice little move.
Ends an 11-0 Sixers run. Joe pulls up, 2-for-1 opportunity. Off the mark. Bertans the rebound.
Stop ball here.
SGA falls down. Covington's going to get whistled for the foul. He and Bill Kennedy talking things over.
Foul is on number 33, Robert Covington.
That was a fun conversation.
Yeah.
We got to witness.
Bill Kennedy gets that a lot, I'm sure.
But you love Robert. Been in the league for a long time now. Pleading his case.
Well, it's sincere.
Not getting upset.
Right? You have to respect it because it's sincere. He means what he's saying.
And then Nick came over and said, it was a foul, Robert.
Yeah,
Come on,
let's move on.
play on. 5-second difference between the clocks here. SGA gets Tobias off his feet. No good, no whistle. Sixers ball.
SGA a little frustrated right now because things aren't going his way offensively. The officials aren't helping him with a couple of blown whistle calls. So he is having to fend for himself out there right now. It's not going his way.
Tyrese back in for this final offensive possession of the third quarter. Covington to the Sixers bench. 11-point Sixers lead. 12.1 to go. There's calling out the play. Embiid coming over to screen for him. Back to Joel, 2 to shoot. Joel, step back 3. And it's too strong. But 25 for the big fella through 3. Sixers finish the quarter on an 11-2 run. 93-82, Tobias Harris and the Sixers leading the Oklahoma City Thunder with 12 minutes to go here in OKC. Take a look at our live lines powered by our friends at PointsBet, a Fanatics experience. Before we kick off this fourth quarter, spread money line over under. Sixers in search of their 11th win of the season.
No token pressure here by the OKC Thunder.
Reed, Maxey, Beverly, Morris Sr., and Covington. The 5 to start out this fourth frame for your Sixers.
This was the unit we worried about because of Maxey's foul trouble. Will he be able to be at the helm of it? Looks like he is thus far.
Good look from Beverly. Halfway down before that 3 popped back out. Kenrich Williams, 3 does not come back out. He's good from outside.
Quick release, too, as Paul tried to come over and close out on him. Didn't get there in time.
First in the NBA in 3-point field goal percentage. OKC almost 41% from beyond the arc. Covington gets downhill, draws the foul.
Bertans trying to move his feet with Robert, unable to keep Robert in front. Watch this again. Robert on the drive. You see Bertans just a little bit too much movement for the officials' liking. Again, you see Bertans trying to move with Robert. Picks up the foul.
8th year for the 31-year-old out of Latvia.
A guy who in the past, whether it's in a Washington Wizards uniform or a San Antonio Spurs uniform, has had success against your 76ers. I'm reminded of a game in San Antonio where he absolutely lit up the Sixers in the second half down there.
Just his 5th appearance this season for the Thunder. Getting the rebound off the Covington miss. 84-85. 9-point Sixers lead. Footwork for Covington. Now on Dort. Back pocket 6. Dort into Covington. Ooh, I don't know about that. Covington whistled for the foul.
Robert in disbelief on the floor, not agreeing with that call. Dort with the nice strong move.
Sixers.
Watch this drive. Initially resisted by Pat, and then
Must have been moving a little bit again. Probably couldn't tell from that angle, but if we can get the above angle again, because Nurse and Company have another challenge because they were successful on their first challenge just before we went to the halftime locker rooms. Dort's no good. Morris Sr. the rebounds. Those guys have been good when it comes to challenges so far this season. Maxey with 19. Covington for 3. It's good for Rocco.
good to see him contributing. Especially, you know he's going to give you defense. He's going to give you good on-the-ball defense. It's nice to see his shots fall. Encourages him to play even harder.
Dort trying to draw the foul.
And Beverly's like, what else could I do? I am hip to hip with him, and I got my arm up as far as I can get it. He's having to shoot over it, and he still made it.
That's a weird-looking shot, too. More senior looking to answer for the Sixers. Definitely the offensive rebound.
Good hustle from 2-2.
Left in traffic after picking up that floorboard. Maxey draws the foul.
That time they sent Dort And I believe Wiggins trying to double team, get the ball out of Maxey, similar to what the 76ers and Nick Nurse have tried to do with Gilgeous-Alexander. Have somebody else beat you, get the ball out of the main guy's hands. Certainly in this unit, it's Maxey.
The Sixers did well to do that in the third quarter. Held SGA to just 2 points in the third quarter. He's got 21. Got Holmgren with 24. Maxey with 5 to shoot. Tyrese, the pull-up. Oh, that looks pretty. Great screen by Covington, creating that space, and Tyrese knocks it down.
Thought he'd keep taking it to the cup, but he knew that the shot clock was dwindling down. Pulled up for the little midi, knocked it down.
Form just looks so good. Wiggins to a wide-open Williams, who lays it up and in.
Again, we talked about clogging the lane, and you can see what penetration does. It just breaks down your defense and leaves tons of gaps.
Maxey. Guarded by Dort. Maxey, the runner. And Dort is one of the better defenders in the NBA. Obviously, he has some size on Tyrese. Like that play for Maxey.
Maxey putting his head down and going right at the defender. Watch this little two-man action. Robert sets that screen, gets Max open along that little right wing. Good little two-man game.
6 of 12 from the floor tonight. 3 of 8 from outside. And 6 of 7 from the stripe to go along with 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block. Tyrese with 12 blocks on the season. This is the first. Well, Sixers season of steals is officially on. Enjoy limited time offers that include access to ticketing discounts, exclusive merchandise, and more. Act now, though, because the deals end November 27th. Sixers.com/SOS. Email tickets at 76ers.com or call 215-339-7676. Tyrese splits the free throws. He's got 22. Covington on Giddey. A laser pass down to Wiggins, and Reed with the rejection, but a whistle. Pat Bev is going to be whistled for that foul.
Paul not agreeing with that call. I kind of tend to agree with them initially. Didn't seem like there was a lot above the shoulders. Is there contact below? Let's see. Oh, yeah, the left arm. Good call from the officials. That was something we could not see from our angle. When they're right, Kate.
And I feel like, even though you don't like to say it very often, the officials have got a pretty good game here tonight. So
listen,
I'm knocking on wood as I say that.
We get on them, but let's just be honest. They are the best in the world at what they do, or else they wouldn't be here at this level.
Such a difficult game to officiate. There's so much going on. It's so loud.
I would not want to do it. I would not want to do it.
Fans are sitting on top of you.
People like me hating you every day when you leave.
Exactly. Having to put up with Allah's trash talk while you're just trying to do your job.
Take the mic away from him.
Maxey and Beverly. A little two-man guard game. Back to Pat Bev. Covington from outside. Another triple for Robert Covington.
You can tell he's confident, not even wasting any time. The catch and quick release. Speaking of.
Tom's the answer for OKC.
All right, so young kids, don't do any of that because none of that is fundamentally sound, but he's just an incredible shooter. Wow.
Beverly downhill out to Covington. Covington puts it on the deck.
Good movement.
Beverly out to Maxey. Maybe another logo shot. Maxey shimmy shake down the lane. Scoop off back iron. And Williams the rebound.
Gotta get back here. Stop ball and then clog the lane.
Giddey. Williams from way outside, around and off.
Of course, when you clog the lane, it leaves some guys, especially bigs trailing, an opportunity to knock down threes, making the defense these days a lot harder, more complicated than in years past.
Dort shadowing Maxey the last few minutes. Tyrese pulls up and drills the fadeaway. Oh, what a move by Tyrese Maxey.
ISO one-on-one going against one of the strongest defenders we have in the league. Able to stick that jumper right in his lips.
There's a confident J from Tyrese Maxey. Batum, baseline. Beverly the rebound.
Good rebound, too. Love when your guards are coming in and digging like that.
No doubt about that. Pat Bev rebounds. And the Sixers content to take their time. 105-96 the lead. Beverly, good fake. Paul Reed from the corner. Yes, sir! Timeout, OKC. Largest lead of the night for your Philadelphia 76ers.
Great ball movement, good patience. Sixers creating separation because of solid basketball. Here's an example, little one-on-one, eats up that right elbow, knocks it down. One more look at it, the elevation over Dort, the knockdown, and then this is good ball movement. Yeah, it's an unlikely guy, but everything's falling now. Paul Reed, it's your turn.
This RAV4 quarter is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2023 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota, let's go Sixers. And Ala, let's take a look at our Toyota Camry turning point back in the third quarter. Sixers riding the 3 to the lead.
Shots falling from a number of different candidates. You take a look at Nico in the corner. Tobias wasting no time as well. Confidence from long range, very high for your 76ers. Toyota Camry turning point, shooting in the third.
Like to see it after they were just 22% from outside. 7 for 32 Wednesday in that loss to the Wolves. 13 for 36 here tonight. Tough pass, and somehow able to thread the needle, but the shot will not count. The foul was before.
The weak side action away from the ball involving Gilgeous-Alexander. Trying to occupy defenders and have him cutting to the basket.
Covington doing a great job in the fourth quarter. 9 points. A block and a steal for Robert tonight.
Gotta get it in.
And they do. Gilgeous-Alexander with 21 to Chet, who's challenged by a pair of Sixers. Let's see who the foul's on. Not gonna allow this guy to have anything easy after he put up 12 quick ones in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter.
Well, he may be small in stature as far as muscles and width is concerned, but he doesn't play timid. That time exposing himself, extending, attacking. That's why I believe he gets the foul called.
Foul on Marcus Morris Sr., his second.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads basketball in assists?
Siri, any thoughts? No, didn't hear from him. It's Holmgren.
It's a one-sided conversation right
Hits
there.
them both. Holmgren having a great showing tonight. 26. A season best 36 at Golden State in that wild overtime win last week. Maxey, how did he do that? Tyrese Maxey, the lefty reverse.
Now you're just showing off. That one with the other side of the basket finish. Wow.
Becoming an all-star before our eyes, Alan. The all-star for OKC off the mark. Loose ball underneath. Beverly said, no, that was tapped by a member of the Thunder.
Pat trying to help and Bev insisting that it's our ball. Watch this drive again. Look at this. The lefty reverse after he sheds a few defenders. This is pretty. Look at that. Holmgren gets a shot on his way to the basket.
Tyrese with 26 tonight, leading the way for the Sixers. Joel has 25. Just back into the ball game. Joe for 3. Williams had the rebound, and he was fouled. Look beyond Morris. Let's see. Yep. Too much of Kenrich's arm as Williams tried to pull down that rebound. So the Thunder will be in the bonus now for the final 6 minutes of this game here tonight.
Clear advantage on the glass tonight. 45-31 in favor of your Sixers in the rebounding department. That goes a long way to helping secure a W.
Yeah, and that was one of the many points of emphasis for Nico Batum and the Sixers yesterday. Rebound the basketball. Nick just said it's really easy to teach things at the start of the season. The guys were obviously so locked in, learning a new system on both ends of the floor. Started out so well, got a lot of folks' attention with that 8-game winning streak, and then it's easy to just kind of slough off a little bit as the season continues. Got to continue to refocus throughout the year.
Slippage rears its ugly head every once in a while. Now it's just a matter of getting practice time underneath you to sharpen things up.
Embiid from the elbow, 27 tonight for Joel Embiid.
Speaking of sharpening things up, how about that little jumper from the elbow? On point.
It didn't look like it needed much sharpening.
No, not at all.
Felt very sharp.
Still sharp.
Alexander. Good closeout by Pat Bev to run Joe off the three-point line. And Embiid battling for the rebound that falls to Maxey.
Good job from Pat to not foul on Isaiah Joe there.
Behind and back, Embiid to Maxey. This is getting fun.
Do it again, why not?
Back and forth they go. Maxey! Wide right, Batum out to Embiid. Nico.
He's really good at that tap out, isn't he?
Yeah. Didn't even look on that one. Beverly from outside. Short, long rebound to Pat Bev. Sixers just running the clock out here.
Outworking the Thunder on this end of the floor right now.
Embiid, the no look. Comes back to him, 3 to shoot, Rocco. And Holmgren finally clears for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander up and in.
Again, makes it look just effortless how he beats everybody down the floor and gets to the rim first.
But the Sixers did such a good job on him. Shea had 19 points at halftime. Just 4 in the second half so far this evening. Batum, too strong. Williams the rebound.
Well, he has been the center of attention, and rightfully so. How he goes, so go the Thunder.
Trying to draw the foul on Beverly there. Officials not buying it. Williams off back iron to Covington. 4 minutes to go here in Oklahoma City. Sixers looking to snap a little 2-game slide. Pick up their 11th win of the season. They're 3 minutes and 56 seconds away from doing just that.
Games with 20 or more points to start the season. No surprise, he's in there. This is his 15th game currently, including this one. Kate Scott and Al Abdinabi. I know that's another history. We're going to see him climb that list.
No doubt about that, Amy. Looking forward to seeing Amy Mark, the coach, break things down. Post-game, unfortunately, as you called it, backcourt violation on the Sixers.
I think it's because he started in the front court and went back. If he would have started in the backcourt, I don't think that would have been the call, but you see Nick.
Sometimes you just got to scratch your head and clap your team on.
That's not how I drew it up.
The good news is 7 turnovers in the first half, just 3 since. Joe, high arcing triple, no. Melton, Maxey, Tyrese diving on the deck for it. Unfortunately, hit the sideline in the process, so it'll be Thunder ball. 3:42 to go here tonight.
Your Sixer guards rebounding on display between DeAnthony and Tyrese, both going after that. Watch this again. Shot goes up. It's the 2 guards going after that loose ball, almost coming up with it. Max out of bounds on the side.
49 rebounds tonight for the Sixers, 17 of them offensive. They've been putting in the work. Joe rattles in the 3.
They swing it from one side of the floor to the other. It's such a long cover for Robert Covington, unable to get there in time. Isaiah Joe with that holster ready to release.
This game not over yet. Maxey to Embiid. Free throw, Jay. No. Gilgeous-Alexander with Covington trying to slow him down. Great work by Rocco. Embiid picks up the loose ball.
A little frustration from SGA, but he dribbled into traffic there. That was trouble waiting to happen.
Maxey, the hezzy, the floater, off back iron. Williams clears.
Stop the ball here if you're DeAnthony.
Don't lose Holmgren. Joe, no good from 3. Gilgeous-Alexander gets a gift. All-star on all-star. And Shea draws the foul on Joe. Take another look at that Rocco defense.
Watch this action. Robert on the ball, being physical with Shea. Gilgeous-Alexander was slow to get up off the floor. 2K, perhaps just an afternoon of taxing basketball, taxing defense, if you will.
And the Sixers, as you asked for, as Coach asked for, as Mark asked for, really made Shea work in that third quarter. Again, he had 19 in the first half. The Sixers reset, had longer guys on him in the third quarter. Batum, Covington, what really made them work.
Great players feed off of easy buckets. You're making life easier for them. The idea is to make them earn everything they get, frustrate them, have them play out of sorts.
Thunder on a 7-0 run here. Lead down to 6. Melton off the Batum screen. D-Melt pulls it back out.
Very much still in the balance this game. Sixers need to execute.
Melton to Batum. Good passing by the Sixers. Tobias, no. SGA off the Bertans screen. Williams, low pass. Melton tries to tie SGA up. And I believe D'Anthony's, nope, that's gonna be number 5 on Tyrese. Thought they were calling that on D-Melt.
D-Melt came over to help, but just not enough or in time. Gilgeous-Alexander undeterred.
So number 5 on Tyrese. And again, Thunder have been in the bonus for the past 4 minutes. He hits the first. 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
Horse down. Hey, post up. Horse down.
Tyrese with 26 points, 8 rebounds. Shea hits them both. Playing with 5 fouls. Gonna be a fun end here in OKC. Crowd rising to its feet.
No zone here, 1-2-2.
Maxey to Embiid, Joel into the contact and draws the foul. That's the way to quiet the crowd.
Put your head down, attack the defender, put pressure on him. Watch it again, bounce pass. Joel catches it in stride. He's going right up against the defender. You can see the contact. Williams that time.
4th on Williams. Embiid calmly hits the first. 12 of 14 tonight at the free throw line. He's the reigning NBA MVP.
There's a look.
They do love their basketball here in Oklahoma City.
It's cold outside.
But things are heating up here
Yes,
late
they
inside
are.
of Paycom Center.
JoJo with 2 big ones.
Pushing the Sixers lead to 6. Gilgeous-Alexander downhill, a pump fake, a block by Embiid, but a whistle. It's gonna be on Melton or Joe.
He gets that deep. It's a real tough proposition to stop him. He becomes even more dangerous than he would be out on the perimeter because he's a finisher, a passer. Got the wherewithal too.
Calling foul on that guy, who did so well in the first half to trust that Joel was gonna be there for that block.
At times you get fatigue plays a role right now. The phrase fatigue makes a coward out of all of us. Right now, guys are giving in sometimes to it. You got to push through that. You're going up against a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander who keeps coming and keeps coming. You've got to match that tenacity.
He scored their last 6 points for the Thunder at the free throw line. 4-point Sixer lead.
Oh my.
Turnover, and Williams stepped out of bounds. Sixers got lucky there.
Okay, so in end of game situations, you must come to the basketball if you're the receiver. You got to come to it if you're Joel. You want to shorten the distances of those passes, especially here in crunch time.
Embiid has his pass deflected.
Good
Batum
look.
to a cutting Harris. D'Anthony from the corner. Count it! Corner store cash money for D'Anthony Melton.
Nico came to that pass and shortened it so he can secure it.
Embiid denies Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but a whistle. Nick is looking right at crew chief Bill Kennedy saying, we're gonna call the timeout and use our challenge. And this is exactly why you keep the challenge for end of game situations like this.
Frustrating that call. Everything was going the Sixers' way. Watch this on the drive.
Fouls on Embiid, that's what the whistle was. I don't know.
I don't see any contact, like, especially with Gilgeous-Alexander. Where is the contact? There's not much there. If anything, it's Gilgeous-Alexander who's got his left arm on Joel. Watch it again. See, like I don't see a lot there. Nick might have a point.
Timeout here in OKC, 1:12 to go. 7-point Sixers lead, 1:12 to go as we welcome you back here to Oklahoma City. The close stepped away. Joel Embiid looked like he had a clean block on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but it was whistled as a foul. Nick Nurse used a timeout and challenged.
Take a look at that. There's minimal contact on that drive. Perhaps we can see a little bit better here. If anything, it's Gilgeous-Alexander's left arm that's on Joel. I don't see too much contact.
So Bill Kennedy and Mitchell Irvin looking this over. And I'm trying to listen as closely as I can to them here on the scorer's table.
One more look for you. Bird's eye view from the top of the building.
Yeah, again, like Shai, you're right, has the left arm out.
I don't think it's JoJo that initiates the contact.
It's the cause of the contact. Embiid incredulous. Me?
Was it Alfred E. Newman? He'd say, what, me worry? Mad Magazine back in the day? I'm old.
Nick Nurse, I don't know what you're talking about. So Nick Nurse successful on his first challenge in the first half, which was a foul on Tyrese Maxey, which would have been number 4 on Tyrese just before we went to the halftime locker rooms, but that got overturned. And this year, when you're successful on conferring, it looks like a decision has been made. Let's see what they have to say. Well, just making sure that they all agree.
I know personally I don't do anything without checking with Sea Caucus, like, you know, in life in general.
Yeah. I always wonder sometimes who you're texting. Makes sense now. Joel Embiid an assist away from his first triple-double of the season. 29, 11, and 9. Go along with 3 blocks. Tyrese with 26. All right, Bill. What do you got for us? I'm blaming this on Allah because as Bill came over here during the timeout, Allah said, Bill, take your time. Take your time.
I didn't.
All right, drum roll. Here we go.
After reviewing the play, the foul that was called has been overturned. The ball was blocked, resulting in a jump ball center circle, any 2.
I mean, the drama is great, right? Come on, this is entertainment.
I just love the instant response because, of course, he's mic'd and it goes throughout the building. And they didn't like the call.
Understandably. One more look. Was this a foul on Joel or not?
Well, it turns out it wasn't. But we initially.
I know
thought
the
it
answer
was.
to that, partner. It's not a foul, and the Sixers win the jump.
How about that?
Minute to go here in Oklahoma City.
Little pressure here, Joe, on Melton.
Thunder on a 6-game win streak, best they've had in 5 years. Great work by DeAnthony to rip that through the Thunder defenders.
Big part of this afternoon is the Sixers winning 2 challenges today.
Joe going down, Maxey the foul with 1.8 to shoot, and Tyrese will shoot a pair, but more importantly, Joel took a really weird tumble over there just before he was able to scoop it to Tyrese. It looked like he lost his footing. Tobias helping him back up. And
I can breathe now, right?
I don't know. I didn't like the look of it. I don't know if I want to see the replay either.
Watch this action right there. Ooh. The little step, and then you see Joel just trying to keep his balance as he gets rid of the ball.
Foul on Isaiah Joe. Tyrese will shoot 2. That's the first. Pushing the Sixers lead to 8. Joel still shaking it off. And the Sixers asking if they get to keep their challenge, if they get to keep the timeout.
Right.
And that is not the case after the second challenge. Good work by Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese hits them both. The lead 9 for the Sixers here in Oklahoma City. 49 seconds away from win number 11 on the season. Big free throws before we stepped away. push this lead from 7 to 9 for your Sixers with 49 seconds to go. Nick Nurse and the Sixers looking to snap a little two-game slide, falling to the Cavs in overtime back on Broad Street on Tuesday, then falling to the Timberwolves down Joel Embiid in Minnesota on Wednesday.
Joel on the ball, being big.
Great to get back in the win column here tonight. Joe, long skip pass off the inbound. Gilgeous-Alexander lays it up and gets the roll.
Just so talented. Nice soft touch. Sixers trying to get it in.
Melton gets it in, and he's fouled.
Anthony confident enough to come in, grab the ball on the inbound, knowing that there'll be some contact there. Anticipating that contact, picking up the foul.
Have a great night from D'Anthony. You were running through Nico's line earlier. D'Anthony's got a great one, too. 13 points, 3 triples, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 assists, I beg your pardon. And a block tonight for D'Anthony Melton.
Not to mention having to cover at times Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Sure, he had help, but he was the initial assignment on ball.
Made free throw, pushes his point total tonight to 14. Beverly back in. Good night for Pat Bev, too. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists in his 21 minutes. Melton splits the free throws. 35 seconds to go. It's on for 3. And a foul.
No need for that foul. See Joel saying, man, you sold that and we barely touched you.
Nice Maxey. Getting set to check back in for the Sixers. So 3 free throws coming for this guy.
Wait. Get me to take that one back?
Maxey getting a little spray on his hand from head athletic trainer Kevin Johnson before he checks in. Be sure to stay with us post-game live. Presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Coming up after this one reaches its conclusion tonight in OKC. OKC showing you something tonight. All are playing without one of their starters, Jalen Williams, right now.
Well, the interesting thing is watching Chet progress.
Yeah.
Of course, you know what you're going to get with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now they've added Isaiah Joe. They've got some nice pieces. Dort still here doing his thing. They've got some nice pieces here, along with the injured guys who come back. It's obviously still a work in progress, but a lot better situation than they were in just a couple years ago.
And Nico didn't see what he liked, so he will use the Sixers' final timeout. 32.5 to go here at Paycom Center in Oklahoma City. Sixers with a 120-114 lead. 6-point lead with 32.5 to go. Got to be strong on his inbounds.
Anticipate contact. Referees can't call everything, so you have to be strong with the ball.
Batum to inbounds. Gets it to Melton. D'Anthony, good pump fake, and now just being chased around. D-Melts does well to be strong with it. Over to Embiid, no whistle.
They're going for the steal, but they're not fouling.
Not yet.
There you go.
And then finally, the foul whistled with 21.2 to go. So the Sixers did really well to play keep away from the Thunder there.
Well, 8 up 12 seconds because there's 12 seconds left on the shot clock. See how I did that math there?
Look at you.
See what I did? Gonna be here all week, folks.
You impress me more and more every day. Alan Kate with you here in OKC. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to NBC Sports Philadelphia tonight, however and wherever you are. Batum misses the first free throw. Beverly checks in.
This is the first game, we may have mentioned this earlier, that the Sixers have played this month with 2 days rest. For the majority of the month, It has been on and off, alternating days, but they've gotten Thanksgiving and yesterday.
Williams with the Thanksgiving yam.
I see what you did.
To the inbound.
More pressure from the Thunder.
And there's a foul. And they're calling Harris for the foul. Okay. I take everything nice I said about these referees back right now.
Well, and this got unnecessarily hairy here. A 2-possession game. Watch this. 92 feet away from the basket. You can't do that with that left arm.
Yeah.
Swinging through. You have to anticipate that contact, that pressure. Know it's coming.
Giddey to inbounds. Gets it into Holmgren. And just like that, we've got a very close ball game with 11 seconds left. Sixers don't have a timeout. Kennedy asking for it after Giddey fouls Joel Embiid.
Joel coming back to get the ball, knowing that he's one of the better free throw shooters and that they're in the foul right away mode. Great way to add some points to your stats right now.
Yeah. 3-point Sixers lead at the moment. No timeouts, no challenges remaining for the Sixers. One timeout remaining for the Thunder. As Joel pushes the lead to 4. Maxey back in. Tobias Harris will take a seat.
OKC's going to want to score quickly. If you're a Sixer defender, you're trying to keep everybody in front of you. There are no run outs behind you. You don't want to give away any easy buckets. When you keep them in front, that means that they're going to have to eat up that real estate with the dribble, which takes more time.
2 big free throws from Embiid. Holmgren launches and hits. 2-point game. Mark Dano saying, let's foul, and they do. Embiid back to the free throw line. 3.4 to go. The lead 2 for your Sixers.
Well, what they're banking on is for us to get 2 with the free throws and then them return for 3 the other end of the floor. Watch Holmgren here, no hesitation. Knows what the objective is. Try to get that up as quick as possible. Does just that.
31 for Chet tonight. His 5th made three-pointer.
Got to make these, because you know what Oklahoma is going to do. They're going to shoot a 3.
Embiid hits the first, pushing the lead to 3. Williams in. Bertans.
This is what makes it a 2-possession game.
And Embiid hits them both. The Thunder use their final timeout. Down 4 with just under 4 to go here at Paycom Center in OKC.
Big time free throws.
Great game for Joel Embiid, Nico Batum, and Tyrese Maxey. We're going to make JoJo and Tyrese our Chevrolet players of the game. 33, 11, 9, and 4 for Joe so far. 28, 8, and 3 for Mr. Tyrese Maxey.
Two-headed monster for your 76ers. Great sign when you can get your offense going in other people's buildings. That's exactly what happened this afternoon into evening.
One of the top scoring duos right now in the NBA as we take a look at the Sixers' next 5 games. Back to Broad Street we go. Lakers 6 o'clock tip on Monday, then down in New Orleans, then all the way up to Boston, then home for the Wizards, and then out to Detroit. So it is a wacky month and a half, I'll tell you that much.
Just keep your bag packed.
He's on his feet. He's ready for it. Come on, Sixers. Let's close this one out.
Old school unis there.
Those are so sweet. Expect to see those back in the next couple of years, potentially. Giddey to inbounds. Down 4, 3.4 to go.
No fouls here. If you're the Sixers, you can keep everybody in front of you and you're getting hands up.
Giddey, quick inbound to Holmgren, and the Sixers smartly let him have it. Batum to Joel, and he's fouled. 1.8 left. 2-point Sixers lead. And hey, 16 games into the season, this is great end-of-game scenario work for both teams.
Absolutely is. It's better than what you'd simulate in practice. Sinks in a little bit more, too. Sixers look well prepared for that exchange and how it went down.
And the Sixers still have to keep that attention to detail because Holmgren and the Thunder at the very last millisecond pushed the Warriors to overtime at Golden State last week. Embiid hits another.
Forces JoJo to go to the line and hit some big free throws. More than up to it is our big fella. More than up to it.
New season high for him, Olive. 18th made free throw tonight. 34 points for the big fella.
You can get that many free throws on the road. Says a lot about your game and the respect that you command from the officials.
Pushes the lead back to 4. Holmgren turns, fires, and that will do it. The Sixers survive a late scare from the Thunder here in Oklahoma City to knock off OKC by a final score of 127 to 123. 76ers basketball is brought to you in part by Toyota. Dear tough terrain, bring it on. Toyota, let's go places. You'll love to see it, putting an end to SGA and the Thunder's 6-game win streak. The producer of 76ers basketball is Josh Traeger. Trey Henry, our associate producer, our director, Mike Conlon, for Ala Abdel-Nabi, and all of us here at NBC Sports Philadelphia. I'm Kate Scott saying thanks for watching, and so long from Oklahoma. Let's head back to Broad Street. Sixers-Lakers 6 p.m. tip on Monday night. Have a great Sunday, everybody.